Thank you. Well, hello, everybody. Mbula vinaka to you all from Fiji. Firstly, thank you very much for allowing me this opportunity to be able to make a presentation on behalf of Fiji with regards to our GIS and RS user community. Just a brief background on myself. I work for the Ministry of Lands and Mineral Resources in Fiji, and I'm with the Geospatial Information Management Division. That's the division that I look after. And the team in the division does the secretariat work for the Fiji's GIS and RS community. Please let me know if I'm speaking too fast. The GIS and RS community in Fiji is made up of two interconnected groups that I'd like to share with you this morning. The first one is the Fiji Geospatial Information Management Council and the Fiji GIS RS User Forum. So the presentation today is about how the community started, what the community does, some issues of importance to us, and how we are working to address these issues. Can I have the next slide, please? So I would like to take you through a bit of our history. In 1991, our cabinet, Fiji's cabinet, approved the National Land Information Strategy, and the setup of the Fiji Land Information Council. And so in 1994, the Fiji Land Information System, otherwise known as FLIS, was established and embedded within the Ministry of Lands and Mineral Resources. So FLIS's main purpose was to maintain our GIS and our LIS work systems for Fiji. It was also responsible for formulating policies and standards to support the efforts in GIS and LIS, and also to promote the work that we do and provide assistance to potential and interested organizations who wanted to set up their GIS and to organize user forums. Also in the early 90s, the Fiji's GIS RS user group began with its first meeting held at our forestry office. And at that time, there were only two agencies that had GIS units established. So the user forum offers a meeting space for GIS and RS users to discuss various technical issues at an operational level, and as well as discuss new and innovative ideas. So the next slide will highlight the link from the user group forum to the council. And ideally, our forum meets on the first Tuesday of every month, depending on the availability of the host agency. Unfortunately, this year, due to COVID-19, we've only been able to have 2 forums, and we just resumed last month in October, and we also had 1 forum yesterday. Also, we look at agencies to host these meetings and chair these monthly forums. So after the inauguration of the Fiji Land Information Council, the establishment of the FLIS unit, we come now to 2019, and Cabinet approved the name change of the council from FLIC to the Fiji Geospatial Information Management Council. And the main role of the council is to provide strategic direction on geospatial information management for Fiji. Also, FLIS, now known as FGIS, also looks after the secretarial duties for the council and the user group. If you would like to get more information on the council, you can visit the council's website, and the website will give you a brief history of the council, our geospatial framework. It also talks about 14 fundamental data themes that we have adopted based on the resolution from the United Nations Group of Experts on Geospatial Information. You can find our contact link. And we also have some news and events there should you be interested to find out more about the council. And our council also meets, but it meets on a quarterly basis. The focus is, as I had mentioned before, on strategic direction for geospatial in Fiji. Could I have the next slide, please? So going back to the user forum, the main aim of this forum is to network. So we try to keep meetings as informal as possible, and we try to find solutions and way forward for technical issues faced by our users. And the agenda for our forum is very simple. It just has two agendas. We have some presentations and from some of the user cases from some of the agencies on the work that they're doing, some of the agency updates, and whatever assistance that some of these agencies need in terms of some technical advice. So the chair for each forum varies, and we encourage our host agencies to chair. This will allow them to be part of the geospatial family here in Fiji. So we have presentations on different projects and work currently undertaken or have been completed. We also have Tech Talk, which we hear about new innovations of technologies that better our work or for re-engineering process. Next slide, please. So you have before you some of the many topics that the various agencies and presenters have shared with us during the user group meetings. And if you have a look at it, it's a wide range of topics. And at this user group meeting, we also provide updates from the council meetings at this user group for their awareness, and vice versa. If there is anything that is of interest to the council, we take note of it and we present these also to the council. Next slide, please. So these are some of the agencies and organizations that attend. So we have a very wide representatives from our different agencies, from the discipline forces to those who are in public utilities, those who are in civil aviation. Even we have representatives from our regional body, the Pacific Community. They are also part of the attendees, not just to the user group forum, but they also have a seat at the council. So this is the list of our attendees to both meetings. However, the attendees at the council meeting are the CEOs, or what we call in Fiji our permanent secretaries. So they are the actual heads of agencies that are represented at the council meeting. And we are also very thankful to these agencies that attend on a regular basis, because they are the driving force behind the user group meetings and the council itself. Next slide. Thank you for this slide. So these are some of the discussions that we have. Some of the issues that are raised, data collection in terms of accuracy and quality, access and sharing of the data that is held by the various data owners, data directory, cost sharing for workshops. For geospatial information management, we all have limited funds, so we try to work on ways on how to cost share. Some of the way forward that we have developed for geospatial in Fiji. We have a strategy that expires this year, and currently we are working on a country action plan, which we hope to launch early next year. We have also Fiji has also adopted the 14 fundamental data themes that we will work to implement. And we're also working on a geospatial data sharing policy. Currently, in Fiji, we have arrangements with agencies, and we assign memorandums of understanding in order to access data. But also in Fiji, the Ministry of Lands is responsible for a data hub, where on approval from the council. Council members share their data to this data hub, and with council members are also able to access this data hub through the Vanua GIS platform. And we also encourage networking and sharing of ideas. Next slide, please. Well, this is the last slide, and these are just some photos of meetings that we have been holding, and these are some of the attendees to our meetings. Thank you very much. If you have any questions or comments, I welcome them. Merci.